So they stopping Americans from leaving America.
They're trying to trap us in the United States.
Two countries have just now announced travel bans on U.S. citizens in direct response to Trump's new travel ban.
The system is set up so the majority of us can't even afford to move within our own state, let alone out of the state, and we definitely can't afford to move out of the country.
Let me say something that sounds absolutely crazy, but it is actually happening, guys, okay? There are Americans right now that cannot leave the United States, even if they wanted to. Not because they committed a crime, not because they're like fugitives, not even because they renounced citizenship, right? But it's because their passports are being effectively blocked, and Trump is literally, out here blocking visas and all that stuff from other countries and things of that nature. The Trump administration, this government, just America in general is making it to a point to where you can't even leave if you wanted to. And there are so many people that are leaving America. It's all over TikTok. They're finding better lives elsewhere. They're getting a better bang for their buck. And they're able to actually think for themselves instead of having to work all the time. Because that's what it's all about, man. It's about power. And us people, we are sick of it, and we are trying to leave. And these people are catching on, and they're trying to trap us anywhere they can in this country. And what makes this especially disturbing is how normalized it has become. I'm not hearing no national conversation, no breaking news, no headlines, no serious debate on whether the government should have the power to trap its own citizens within its borders without a judge ever weighing in, right? Because once you accept that passport is conditional, bro, you're accepting something way bigger than you think. We're getting to a point now to where our ability to leave is going to be permission based, and we shouldn't ask anyone to leave. If we want to leave, I should be able to get on a plane and go. As long as I got my documentation and I got my income, bro, I should be able to leave. You know what I'm saying? But they're making it to a point to where we can't go nowhere. And as someone that is actively working on getting their passport so that he can travel and potentially create a life outside of America, this is pretty disturbing to hear. So once exit becomes a privilege and not a right, then our freedom will become fragile. And if you think this doesn't affect you, remember this. Most people who are trapped by the system never thought it would happen to them either. Don't think that it can't happen to you, because we've learned from ICE killing that white woman, killing the black man, killing everybody nowadays. It can happen to anyone, bro. So don't think it can happen to you, bro. We are actively getting trapped in America, and we need to do something about it now.
And hold my hand, my love, when I say this. They're trying to trap us in the United States. They don't want us to leave the United States, but yet they don't want us here. Make that make some type of sense, bro. Eventually, our passports aren't even going to be able to be accessed across the country. I saw a video of this dude who got to Thailand and then got deported back to America. Like, what the? Are you kidding? Like, bro, the American dream is to leave America, and they're catching on. So stay safe, y'all. I love you.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on.
If you are an American and you would like to travel, or you care about your civil rights and liberties, you need to hear this. This is for you. There are multiple reports that people's passports are being frozen or reported as stolen by the US federal government. I myself have seen multiple TikToks of people talking about being in other countries and saying that their passports were reported as stolen when it was impossible, because you need to do that with your social security. It was literally impossible. They waited till he was in another country, in this instance, to tell them, hey, your passport is reported stolen, and they got sent back to the US. I have seen other reports of people where the United States government is the one that's saying, hey, you are not authorized to travel while someone is in a different country. You need to be extremely careful if you are planning travel or if you are deciding to travel. I told you guys that they would stop people from leaving, and you looked at me like I was crazy. And what the fuck are they doing right now? Stopping from people from leaving. If you are considering leaving the country, I would strongly urge to do it now. I was urging this before, but now it's a hit or miss. This is not a good sign if your government is trying to stop you from leaving the country, because what they're doing is, for now, letting us leave and telling us, hey, you're not supposed to leave when we get to other countries. I've even seen people who are Republican and who align with their party be stopped and told to turn around in other countries. There are also multiple cases of deportation happening, where people will get established in other countries and be sent back to America by the request of the American government. So I really urge you guys to think before you travel. Please look into this. And the hard part about it is the news is not going to report on this. Many things are not going to report on this because they don't want you getting alarmed or knowing this. Even if you do not plan to travel, this should scare the shit out of you. I'm not here to fearmonger. I'm not here to make you scared. And I know that it seems otherwise, but I'm here to tell you, get your ducks in a row and be smart about this shit. Because so far, up to date, I've been right about almost every single prediction that I have made. Because I use that critical thinking. I use those patterns. I see that recognition happening for myself, where I'm looking at the fact that there is a very clear blueprint that has been circulated around, so please plan accordingly. That's not to say that many people can't travel, it's just starting right now. I'm giving you guys the preliminary heads up. This is just the beginning, so please plan accordingly. I'm going to put this on World Talk and hopefully it makes it. Please let me know what your country thinks and what you have been told. And as always, everyone stay safe.
2 countries have just now announced travel bans on U.S. citizens in direct response to Trump's new travel ban. Earlier this month, Trump expanded visa restrictions on 39 countries, with full and partial bans set to take effect January 1st, 2026. The White House says it's about security, but now other countries are responding with one word: reciprocity. Mali and Burkina Faso have both confirmed they're banning Americans from entering their countries, saying U.S. citizens will now face the same restrictions their citizens face trying to enter the United States. Mali's foreign ministry made it explicit: if their citizens are restricted, Americans will be too. Burkina Faso echoed the same reasoning. And they're not alone. Niger has gone even further, announcing a permanent ban on visas and entry for all U.S. nationals. Chad also suspended visas for Americans earlier this year after landing on an earlier U.S. ban list. So while the administration frames this as protecting Americans, the real-world results is Americans losing access abroad, country by country, and January 1st is just the beginning.
It appears now that the Trump administration may be starting to basically put blocks and holds on passports. There's an individual by the name of Mark Bray. He's actually a professor at Rutgers University. He's written a book about the Antifa handbook, the anti-fascism handbook. Now, he has been receiving many death threats. He's trying to move his family to Europe. But here's what happened. When he got to the airport, everything on his reservation, nothing worked. That means that somebody in the government is basically saying he's not allowed to leave the country. And here's the funny thing. There's another individual, amazing man, actually. This guy right here. His name is Randall Blazik, okay? This guy's incredible. This is actually a photo I took of him while he's on the streets every single day in Portland, Oregon, protesting ICE. He started a, forgive me if I'm wrong, Randall, a anti-fascism or fascism awareness, some type of class at his university where he talked about fascism. There were actually students that got offended with him using the word Nazi. So he was kicked out of the university and is now protesting anti-fascism regimes in America. One more thing I want to say really quick about Randall Blazik, okay? This guy is awesome. He is not going to let this university basically wrongfully terminated him. Stop him from doing this class, guys. He's building this class anyway for anybody and everybody. So I will be interviewing him on my YouTube channel coming up soon because I think he's such an important figure. And stay tuned.
Been encouraging people to get their passport, right? To leave. You can get out, you can go. Well, there's been a bill introduced, H.R. 5300, the Department of State Proficiency Act, I think it is. You can look it up. Anywho, they want to be able to just deny, revoke, or suspend your passport. Marco Rubio is the one that gets to make that decision. Yeah. They're saying for terrorism, but guess what? You don't have to be convicted. Someone just has to say that you are supporting a terrorist organization, which is pretty much all leftists right now. That's what they're saying about us. The Republicans are calling us that. So, yeah. Yeah. Still get your passport. This should scare everybody. And also Republicans who are all giddy about this, excited that they're going to take the libs down. You do realize that this will be a law. And so if you or they disagree with you, they can also do this to you. Correct? Do you understand that? And Republicans may not always be in office. So if and when things flip, it could happen to you. I leave in a week, but should scare everybody.
So they stopping Americans from leaving America. What the hell is happening here? I don't know. Is it just me? Am I tripping? Or is that like Yahtzee Germany? Europe is getting tricky too. Don't let them lie to you. I'm in London right now. It's cool. Yeah, but they people broke too. London is broke too. So, where we going? I want to know who gonna link up with me in the world somewhere. If you're American and you're trying to go, let's link up. Americans unite, link up, get out while you still can.
You criticize one thing about the United States and they're like, leave. If you don't like it here, then just leave. I don't think most Americans realize how hard it is to leave the United States legally without risk of being deported back here. Like, it is incredibly difficult, even for you. Like, most of us don't have the mobility to do that. A lot of Americans are more akin to animals trapped in a cage. Like, there is no practical, plausible way for you to leave the United States safely without the chance you're just going to get sent back here. Like, that is what I think is crazy. And it's kind of odd that those people don't question that, because if a lot of people could easily leave the country, they would. And what that leads me to is, what happens if they're wrong and it is an autocracy? I'm just using this for them, not for you guys. We know it's a fucking fascism, autocracy. It's all coming. I mean, it's here. It's been here. It's just headed for white people now. Then what are they gonna do? Most of them are working paycheck to paycheck and living in the middle of nowhere. How are you gonna leave the country if you're wrong? I just don't understand the logic behind it. They're all like, don't trust the government, and then like, there they go, trusting the government.
I keep seeing how other countries, Germany especially, are warning us Americans that we should leave while we still can. Appreciate the sentiment and the concern, really do. There's just one really big problem with that I feel like, I don't know, it's getting frustrating because I feel like we've talked about this over and over and over and told you guys over and over and over again. We can't. The system is set up so the majority of us can't even afford to move within our own state, let alone without of the state, and we definitely can't afford to move out of the country. We are stuck. Trust me, I'm sure a lot of us would be long gone by now if we actually had the means to go anywhere. Saw another person bring up a really great point that I feel is particularly irrelevant in my case and a lot of other people's cases. A lot of y'all saying this live in countries that don't fuck with disabled people. So where are they supposed to go? Not trying to be a bitch, but like actually making an effort to help, even if it's just by spreading awareness, or if you can, donating to certain causes, is a lot more productive than just telling us to leave. We can't leave. And the very few who can probably did already.